How y'all doing? Thanks for the Ghost of Podcast. Today's segment is going to detail the recent comments made by Brady Quinn towards Deshaun Watson regarding his availability at the quarterback position for the Cleveland Browns this season. And basically for me, and I'm going to go on record and just say that the comments made by Brady Quinn were definitely out of bounds and disrespectful. But I don't understand why everybody's kind of making a big deal out of this, because he's irrelevant. His career was not even mediocre, if that makes sense. And the one word that comes to me is bust. He was a bust in the NFL. It's just that simple. What did he accomplish in the NFL? Absolutely nothing. He was drafted with the 22nd pick by the Cleveland Browns in 2007, that summer of 2007. And the Browns were actually coming off a good season. They won 10 games and lost 6. Or should I say they missed the playoffs by 1 game. Derek Anderson was at best slightly better than average as far as in the starting quarterback for the Browns in 2006. So when they drafted Brady Quinn the following year, and keep in mind, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so this is why I know some of, Brady Quinn's history with the Browns, if that makes sense. So when they drafted him at the time, I was like, why are they drafting him? Because we don't really need Brady Quinn, if that makes sense. We got Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson is solid for the most part. But, okay, nevertheless, the decision was made by Phil Savage to draft Brady Quinn. And, yeah, Brady Quinn played, what's that college he played for down there in Columbus? Oh, not Columbus, I'm sorry. He went to a high school in Columbus, I believe. I could be wrong, Columbus, Ohio. But he played for Notre Dame. And of course, he played lights out for Notre Dame. And because he has such a phenomenal career with Notre Dame, I'm not going to take that away from him. He was a phenomenal quarterback for Notre Dame. And, I would like to think he was the best quarterback, the best draft prospect that year of 2007, coming out of college. And he set numerous Notre Dame records, right? Okay. But again, I guess the decision was made because Columbus, Ohio, whatever high school he played for down there. I'm assuming, I could be wrong about that. Forgive me for my Forgive me for my lack of knowledge if my fact set is not, correct about that. But okay, yeah, he was drafted in the first round of the 2007 draft with the 22nd pick. And basically, it was all for nothing. It was a wasted draft pick, in my opinion. Well, actually, the facts support what I'm saying. So, yeah, it was a wasted draft pick. I'm going on record saying that. So, I mean, if you don't believe me, the stats here. I'm going to give you the stats for the most part. Again, let's start with the money. Let's go with the money aspect. Brady Quinn signed a 5-year, $9,250,000 contract with the Cleveland Browns. That included a $1,310,000 guarantee and an average annual salary of $1,850,000. All right, so as I'm looking up the rest of his career stats, okay, he played for the Browns for 2 years. So he signed a 5-year deal, but he gets cut after 2 years, right? So there's 3 years still left on the contract, right? Then he plays for the Denver Broncos from 2010 to 2011. Then he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs 2012. Plays for the Seattle Seahawks 2013. Plays for the New York Jets 2013, St. Louis Rams 2013. Then he finishes his career with the Miami Dolphins 2014. So basically, he played from 2007 to 2014, 7 years. And in 7 years, he wasn't even a serviceable backup. He was a bust. Simple as that. He wasn't even a serviceable backup. He couldn't even, you know, command a contract after the Browns released him in 2009. He could not secure another contract after that release, if that makes sense. So he was not even a serviceable backup. So he was a bust. Simple as that. Brady Quinn was a bust in the NFL. Okay. So again, get back to the comments. I don't know why everybody's making a big deal out of him, because the comments are coming from a guy who's basically irrelevant. He was a bust in the NFL. What in the world kind of credibility this guy has to make comments like that, if it makes sense? As a matter of fact, anybody makes comments like that, it's going to be out of bounds regardless. It's going to be disrespectful. But coming from a guy like him, it's like, why are we even paying attention to it? It should be like, ha ha ha, a comedy scene, just like the classic line from Brewster's Millions I played earlier, involving the great late Richard Pryor. God rest his soul. Comical, right? Funny, ha 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 ha. That's exactly how people should treat these comments Deshaun Watson made towards, Brady Quinn has made towards Deshaun Watson. They should treat the comments just as they are. Now, the comments that were made, like I said, they were disrespectful at the highest level. And one of the comments, I'm going to say the first comment, right? And basically, the first comment goes, Brady Quinn, these are Brady Quinn's words. Deshaun Watson is a trust fund baby at this point. Disrespectful, right? Out of bounds, of course. We know that. Okay. Then the other comment goes, and I'm assuming that Deshaun Watson, clapped back, right? And then Brady Quinn makes another comment. Again, I'm assuming Deshaun Watson clapped back at the first comment. And then, of course, Brady Quinn has to clap back and say something disrespectful and out of bounds, like, how about we massage this conversation and get it to a happy ending? Does that sound satisfactory? Very disrespectful, out of bounds, right? But again, it's coming from a guy who's irrelevant. He was a bust in the NFL. So, again, we should be treating these comments as comical as regarding Brady Quinn. We should be laughing at this dude. We shouldn't be saying things like, oh, this is beneath him, like some of these commentators are saying. This ain't like Brady Quinn. As a matter of fact, I think this is who Brady Quinn is as a person, because keep in mind, I want to say all this took place in 2007. Or maybe, well, I didn't say it took, well, let's just say during the presidential election involving Obama, right? Brady Quinn endorsed the Republican Party. Now, in my opinion, I think most of the Republicans are racist. Okay. Not saying Brady Quinn is a racist, because I don't know. But that's just how I feel. I think most Republicans are racist. Okay, fine. Fine. That's how I feel. Okay. Now, you go back to Brady Quinn endorsing Republicans, and now we get back to when he gets into an altercation with a lineman that played for the Browns. His name was Sean Smith, right? And the alleged altercation, I'm assuming, or could I be wrong? Let me just say, the alleged altercation took place between Sean Smith and Brady Quinn. It involved Sean Smith punching Brady Quinn in the face or supposedly hitting him on the way. I don't know. I heard Sean Smith punched Brady Quinn in the face. He did some damage, but it was significant. But he did some damage enough to where Sean Smith got cut. I want to say he got cut the following day. So, and from what I've been hearing, I think Sean Smith said Brady Quinn was just, flapping at the mouth, if that makes sense. And that's why he got up and sucker punched him. So, okay. Now we fast forward to the comments. And you're going to tell me this is beneath Brady Quinn? This is not who he is as a person? In my opinion, no, I'm going on record. Yeah, I think Brady Quinn. No, I would like to think Brady Quinn is that type of dude. He's just like, he's built like, if you look at him, he look like he's what's that, smuck or something like that. He got a smuck look on his face, like he got his nose up in the air and he think he's better than people, if it makes sense. Or he could be a racist, and he just think he's privileged like that, white privilege, if that makes sense. But again, he's a bust. I really feel that, this shouldn't even been a big deal. I think it should have been laughed off. It should have been swept under the rug quickly, because the comments came from a guy who was a bust in the NFL. And again, if you want me to further solidify my facts, let's go to his like, what did he do for his career? Well, he played a total of 24 games. He completed 296 passes out of 550 attempts. Percentage was 53.8. He passed for 3,043 yards. Average was 5.5. His TD to interception ratio was 12 touchdowns, 12 TDs, and 17 interceptions. A rating of 64.4%. If that don't tell you he was a bust, I don't know what more to say after that. Those are facts. That's not just me throwing stats out there and being analytical about this, or however you want to dress it. But basically, those are the stats. Those are facts that he was a bust. And again, the comments coming from a guy who's a bust. Me personally, why would you even pay any attention to a guy like that? Why? What's the point? In my opinion, it's a waste of time. You paying attention to a guy who's a bust. There's nothing you can say to me. Seriously, if I've done more in my career than you could ever dream, what can you say to me? Deshaun Watson, prior to his injury, and that's a fact, he's been injured. He's injured. He's had doctors confirm the fact he's injured. They're talking about putting him on a injury reserve list. That's what was mentioned today. So if that don't tell you the man is hurt, I don't know what more facts you need to influence you that Deshaun Watson ain't faking no injury, or he's out here stealing money, or he's a trust fund baby like